Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Seftimor podcast. Today, we are going to talk about another article I wrote at seftimorlive.com, which was called Money versus Vision, People, Work, and Content. Money is a reason a lot of people get into content creation. I want to start this article off with a statement. If you get into this for money, you already lost and should probably stop. Tons of news articles have been coming out that show streamers' incomes. The articles focus more on the money they are making now instead of the years of work they have put in over the years. There are tons of amazing creators on Mixer as well, some even being able to make it their full-time job. When I go into a partner Mixer's streamer's channel, I'm always curious. I love to see the amazing person got to this position and how they portray themselves. Mixer partners I follow and recommend, there's a ton, but these are just a handful of people that I've either spoke to or I'm affiliated with. Magic 101. Of course, every morning I go in and I host them. Also, the founder of the Magic Club, which is a stream team I am part of. Angry Iceberg, which is a good friend. He's helped me. He's shouted me out. He's just all around great guy. Also part of another stream team I'm on, which is called the Positive Pineapples, which play a lot of Destiny, things like that. Check them out. I'm always co-streaming with them. My Boomstick, I love his just his stream in general. I follow other things that he does, but I'll get into that in a second. Scythe does really cool things. I think it's on Monday or Tuesday mornings where he takes questions from his channel and helps people with growth. And that's the reason why I like Scythe, and plus he's just an all-around great dude. Storm the Bard is a great guy as well. I always go into his channel and host him. And he's also part of the third stream team that I'm on, which is The Shed, which is all three are great groups of people. If you're ever looking for someone to watch on Mixer, make sure to check that out. If you're using Chrome, there is an extension for The Shed that will show you filter just The Shed streamers. And a ton of others, of course, people I haven't mentioned. When you go into one of these channels, you see a person with a thriving community and a great channel. What you don't see is the years and years of work they put to get there. People always seem to look at a position a person is in now, not the blood, the sweat, and the tears it took for them to get there. I can say with the highest of certainty, if you go into one of these channels, you're going to meet a fucking awesome person. A little bit about the paragraph before. A lot of people always want to base what they are doing off things that the people that are successful, you know, the people that have made it are always going to have the most attention because number one, they worked their ass off to get there. And number two, people are inspired by them and want to do what they're doing. But we never focus on when they were at zero or when they were struggling. I know for a fact, Magic 101, Angry Iceberg, Scythe, and my Boomstick were all on Twitch. Decided to come here. One of the reasons I came here was came over to Mixer, is because these people were partnered. And they decided to come. So I had like 84 followers over on Twitch before I made the move here. And I thought to myself, what makes it that I'm special or scared when these people that have built amazing communities where they are okay moving to a brand new platform, starting all over again? These people inspire me, and that's what I'm talking about. Because when I got into Angry Iceberg, Syfe, Syfe is over 200,000 followers over on Mixer. And I didn't know him before. I didn't know when he was up and coming. A lot of people focus on the now. Just remember that these people go through things just like me and you do. Mixer is only one place I follow these people. I follow them on their Twitters, Instagram, other places they produce. Like I said, I watch The Jam, which usually has K Magic 101 on it. I go watch Syfe's stream when he's talking and helping people. And I watch Boom in the Night, which is my Boomsticks and Night Tides podcast, where they also give advice for up and coming streamers or streamers in general and talk about new games coming out that they'd like to play. I really like their podcast a lot. I follow them everywhere because when I go into their channels, they make my day better. Watching a great creator can turn a bad day into a great one and let you forget about real life bullshit for a while. Becoming a content creator to make a living off of isn't the worst thing, but it should not be your main reason to start. The focus needs to be on the bigger picture. I have seen countless numbers of people come and go in the short amount of time that I've been in the game here. They get information from a producer who has made it and think that the tips they are giving are a fast way of quitting their day job. If you spend every moment creating with the hopes of a cash value return, then you are wasting your time. There has to be a greater purpose than money for you to produce. The reason I wrote this was because there's no way that you're going to get over that starting hump that you need in order to make it. Because we all know that you're not going to start making, unless you're very lucky, you're not going to be making money right off the bat in any form of content that you produce. This is a long game. And the only way to keep your head up and keep moving forward, like I always say, is to have a drive that isn't towards a monetary value. People like Professor Broman, one of the guys I look up to and one of the reasons I got into streaming again, probably the main reason. He got into streaming to provide charity to people. He always wants to provide jobs for people that are overlooked for work, that are not as privileged as us to find jobs. The vision he had was not on making money himself, but for providing to others. They run Guardian Con and looking to raise, I think, 2 to 3 million this year, which is going to be outstanding. Broman making a full-time living on Twitch came secondary to his vision. He didn't even activate any monetary features until he was partnered. Something you can't say today with affiliate programs, stuff like that. He waited and didn't put up a paywall, and he still is very, very paywall free for all of his content. He has a free podcast. He does giveaways, which you don't have to be a sub. I personally sub to him because I want to support the man for everything he does for himself and the community. The reasons I personally create content and what drives me every day is to help people, build a community people can call home. Shout out to Athea. Be creative every day, no matter the platform. Make friends from all over the world. Have a place I myself can call home and escape from the bullshit of everyday life. I want to spitball a second here on this one, is because these couple months that I've been streaming, even having a bad day at work or having the not greatest of day, I could always turn on the stream and see these people that, like I said, from all over the world, who I would have never met before, that come here and just make my day better. They make my day a hell of a lot better. So it gets to the point where these people are coming in to hang out with me because they identify with me or they enjoy the content I'm putting out. You can't say that even sometimes about closest friends, family members. You have your stuff and maybe they think it's a little weird or a little off the wall, but the people that come into your stream every day are there for you. They're there because they enjoy everything that you're doing. And it gets a little weird to where you want to keep streaming and you get a little caught up in, and I still make time for friends and family. I love them all. But you get caught up in this because you want to be around that positive place all the time, that place of just pure positivity. Feed my passion every day to make something other than mindlessly consuming. This is your Twitter, your Instagram here. I love creating. I love putting stuff out there for people to help people or to just get my thoughts out there to connect with someone that might be going through the same thing that I am at that moment. This helps me to do that. Continue to play the lottery, the content creation lottery, hoping that my content strikes a chord with somebody. Every single day you put that as a roll of the dice. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who it's going to reach. I got a DM on Twitter yesterday to review a horror movie. The producer. It was crazy. So you never know who's looking. You never know what's going on. You never know what piece of content is going to strike and touch someone. So you got to keep playing. If I don't keep these values, then I will never be able to produce for the long game. The audacity of creating content for a living instead of working a dead-end job is crazy. This is the reason that it will take years before I will see any hopes of making a living off it, if at all. Creating content, let's just narrow it down. Playing video games for a living on Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, anywhere, Facebook. The audacity of that is crazy. Not saying or taking away because it's hard work. There's some days, during the week I come on for a 3 or 4 hour stream. And some days I don't want to do it. It's still work. But you have that freedom of doing things when you want on your terms with the community that you built. And the audacity of that is crazy. The only way that we're going to keep moving forward with that is to keep creating and not worry about money or not worry about getting to where we are immediately. Because when you do make it, it's going to be so good. And good things are always worth just putting in the work and trying your hardest. No matter what tomorrow brings, I need to keep my focus on that North Star, moving towards it piece by piece, bit by bit. One of the coolest things that happens to me in creating content is inspiring other people to start as well. I have inspired people to write, podcast, and or stream themselves. Seeing people get on the wagon after consuming my work is the greatest feeling in the world. Having people that come on here and say, hey man, I started a podcast. Hey man, I started streaming. Hey man, you inspired me to write. You inspired me to just put out content in more places than usual. That's inspiring. And that's going to continue my passion and continue my drive, regardless of getting anything from anyone, or financially for that matter too. Finding a vision can be hard, but that's okay. The process of finding your higher purpose can be a vision in and of itself. Here's a takeaway for you. If you do not have a vision right now, then that is your vision currently. Never stop searching for something that makes that passion burn in your soul. Always be thinking about what you can create to help others while telling your own story. I will not lie to you and say I don't look at my analytics, but I check on them to see how I am growing and do not let my mind dwell on them. I do check analytics, I do look at numbers, but not very frequently. More so, I look at, if we're talking in a mixer sense, I look at what is streaming, what games there are, and if I could get on there and play something I love. Like today, saw that Warcraft is in, say, the top 20. So I love Warcraft, so that's what I'm going to play. I analyze it a little bit more that way. But a game I do want to play is like Elder Scrolls Online. I really want to play that, but I see it doesn't get a lot of traction on Mixer. So that's a game I save for offline. But this isn't something that is a make or break. This is just doing the best that you can at the time. Another purpose for me in doing all this is to leave a legacy. I want people in my life to remember me for providing value to the world, even if it gets me nowhere. And if it's only my closest friends and family that get to benefit from that or enjoy that, so be it. I get excited thinking of my children being able to see all the content their father produced in his 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. I think, I sit down and I could see my father at my age now, because he was a big video camera guy. When I could see the content that he put out, I guess you could call it content, but it was just home videos. It's so cool to see him in his 30s and just happy about everything. And sometimes I get a little teary-eyed, because when you see them, then the whole world is ahead of them. They're still super great now, but it's really neat to see, and really neat that I could see myself in them, how I take things, how I have these dreams. I could see it in their eyes, and that's what I want my children to see, want them to see, and have something to look at when I'm, dead and gone. They'll have something to show. This right here, they'll have something to show. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world, and that's a big, big thing for me, on the fact that I constantly create content. At the end of the day, we all love money. I would be honored to one day do this as my full-time job. Also, it doesn't hurt seeing all your hard work pay off. At the end of the day, though, my vision will always be on something greater than a dollar value. I want to keep fulfilling these passions I have. If something happens financially for me, then so be it. I got into content creation for the reasons above and more. Will I ever make money from all this? I have no idea. But I'll never know unless I keep producing with authenticity. Can't get anywhere else. My vision will always remain intact no matter what happens in the future. Creating is the ultimate drug for me, and it sets my soul on fire. The days that I can't go live, the days that I can't make something, is like taking oxygen away from me. People that come out into my channel, every single time you type, people typing in chat now where this is being recorded live, you guys are my oxygen. You guys are the reasons I come here every single day I can. I will always strive to help the people around me. Trying to make the world a better place, one piece of content at a time. Thank you everyone for listening. If you want to follow me on any of the platforms I create on, you can find them at seftimorlive.com, where this blog was written and recorded into the audio version. And then everything is just at Seftimor. Medium, Twitter, Instagram, Mixer, where this is recorded live every time, and Anchor.fm, where the podcast is then put. Everything is at Seftimor, and then my YouTube is Seftimor.com. Thank you everybody again for listening. I love you all. I hope that you get some sort of value from this. And if you do, please rate and review it. It helps me, helps the podcast get noticed, and gets it into more people's hands so we could help more people. Make sure to share this with someone that can use it. Have a great night. I'll talk to everybody soon. Peace.